Hey guys, Atari Creep here, Chris. As a norm, I'm going to try to keep this page on the up and up. I want it to be a happy page. You know, lollipops and rainbows and all that kind of crap. I want to talk about the good in gaming. Retro gaming. Be exclusive about it. I'm going to try not to do too many bummer topics, but I felt like, you know, I've wanted to do this one, but avoid it for that very reason. But I figured with the opportunity, I decided just to throw this quick one up real quick. This is in response to John Gamester81. On the 14th of February, he posted a video why collecting NES just isn't fun anymore. And I agree with a lot of what he said. He didn't really delve into it as much as I'm probably going to now. So this is my take on how I feel that the market is going and the reasons behind them. So for once, I have an outline, which you'll never see me do. I always just fly off the seat of my pants. A little disclaimer, I get heated when I talk about this, so there may be some foul language. So if you're underage or you don't like foul language or mom's in the next room who can hear you, sorry, bro. You just have to deal with it. I'll get a quick sip of coffee here because I'm going to need it, believe me. So let's start off with talking about John Gamester81 and what he talked about. He basically talked about the prices of the retro video games. He didn't really go into what he felt was the reason. He equaled them to stocks, which makes a lot of sense to me. You know, there's a point where they go up, it's time to sell, and the point goes down, it's time to buy, and vice versa. And I've seen the fluctuation myself. I've been gaming since '82. I got an Atari when I was about 6 or 7 years old. Shortly after that, an NES. And then I rocked on that until I bought my own Genesis, then a PlayStation, and then I had a little hiatus where I wasn't really into gaming, and then I started collecting the stuff that I had and wanted to have that I could never afford, or my folks couldn't afford when I was a kid. And that's why I'm into this, to relive a little bit of my childhood, and just to experience those things I couldn't because of monetary reasons. So let me look at my little outline here, because I know I'll be all over the place if I don't, and I apologize. Yeah, 2 videos, and that was one of them. Let's see. Talk about young people getting into retro gaming. Before I go on some of my points here, I just want to say if you're a young gamer and you want to get into retro gaming because you have a love for it and you have an interest in it, I'm not bagging on you. I'm really not, because there's going to be something here that's going to kind of sound counteractive to that. If you have a true passion for it and a true desire to find the history of it physically while holding it in your hands, I'm all for it. You're an awesome guy or gal, and you know I would love to encourage that. And obviously, there's a grip of people here on the internet if you want to ask any questions about, and I'm one of them if you want. I don't have the knowledge that some of the other guys have, but I have fairly enough to be dangerous. By all means, get into it. But one of the first bullet points I'm going to discuss here is just that. People getting into it because it's a fad. That's one of my first gripes about this whole retro collecting. Being a nerd or a geek is a fad now. I mean, there are people just being posers about it. My girlfriend has a few friends that are like this. And it just drives me nuts. They think if they put a pair of glasses on and hold on to a controller, they're a geek or a nerd. I can't condone it. Find your own thing. If gaming's not it, then don't do it. I mean, come on. Why waste your time and money on it just to sit there and be like, hey, look at what I have. It's useless because I'm not doing anything with it, but look at what I have. So, please, if you're one of those people, just snap out of it. Because you're killing the market for us who actually have a passion. And for people like me who were fortunate enough to be there somewhat in the beginning and watch the evolution of this, okay? To where games have coming and where they've gone so far. The next one's hoarders, and this one pisses me off more than any fucking other topic ever. Do you need 15 copies of that game? Do you really need 15 copies of that game? Do you need more than 15 copies of that game? Do you need 18 NESs? Do you need 23 fucking Super Nintendos? No, you don't. Now, who am I to tell you what to spend your money on? If that's what you want to do, then, you know what, fine. But I need you to realize that that does a couple of things, and I know you know it. Keeps it makes the stuff harder for the other folk out there to get their hands on it. And it creates a supply and demand, and this is one of the main reasons why games are going up. I would say about 40% of the reason. 10% is probably those fad people, and they're going to go away, and that's going to be awesome. But come on, please, if you're just doing it to hold on to it, to cash in, free marketing is awesome, and, entrepreneurship and the American dream and all that's great, but this is a community. These are cats helping our other cats. I get an extra copy of something I know a buddy needs, he gets it, end of story, especially if it comes in a bundle and it ain't going to hurt me financially, he gets it, and vice versa. I don't deal with people who hoard. I don't. I can't stand them. I think they're scummy. I'm sorry. If you're one of those people and you're one of the 8 people who are subscribed to this channel and you take offense to that, then bye. See you later. I don't care. You're screwing it up for everybody else. And fuck you. Which leads me to my next topic. And this is a tough one to discuss because I like it and I don't like it. You get all these guys on the internet, okay? You get a lot of really awesome shows. And I know all you guys know. You got Gamester81, you got the Nintendo Nerd, you got the Game Chasers, you got the Gamer Geek Nation page, you got NES Punk, all these guys in this world. And they've been around doing the same thing that I have, except on a grander scale for a long time, and they're legit, okay? I'm not bagging on them at all. But they do have an impact. You get guys like the Game Chasers who find Surprise the Dinosaur Peak for a relatively low price, or Little Samson for a relatively low price. And of course, people idolize them and they're influenced by them. Which is perfectly fine because I love their show. I think their show is one of the greatest on the internet right now. And I look forward to every episode. So, Billy and Jay, if you see this, I'm not picking on you. I love you guys. I'm only a state away. Come on, let's hang out. But that's hurting it too. Now going back to, say, James the Nintendo Nerd. Whenever he puts his hand on a video game, prices are going to go up. No matter how bad the game is. And whether he knows it or not, or whether he's doing it on purpose or not, I don't know. It's an entertaining show. And good for him and his success. But Friday the 13th on NES should be a $4 or $5 game. I'm seeing $15, $20 on them now in retail stores. And I am blaming internet celebrities for that very thing. My thing is Atari. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love NES, and Genesis is my #1 favorite system of all time, but my main thing is Atari, obviously. And when I saw that Mike and James were doing Let's Play on Atari, and they have 4 or 5 episodes of it, and there's probably more to come, the first thing I thought to myself was, God damn it. Atari games are $0.25, $1, some of them $5 or $10 at the most. I don't think I paid more than $10 for any of these, or wherever the rest of them are. But as soon as their name touches it, it somehow turns into gold, and people, they want it, and they go out and look for it. And then you got everything else. You got the posers, then you got the hoarders, and you got all this crap. The market goes up. eBay, people looking at eBay for pricing, which is the stupidest place to go. Atari's not an expensive habit. It really isn't. It can be over time, but an Atari system shouldn't cost you more than $25, $40. Jaguar a little bit more because of its rarity. 5200 a little bit more, but you'd have to be a true nutcake to want one of those. But those are my thoughts on why the market's going where it's going. And back to the stock market thing, I truly do think it's going to crash pretty soon. And that's going to be good for guys like me. Because right now I'm trying to find certain games, but I'm not going to pay the prices for them. I refuse to pay more than $20 for any game. And I know there are some that are worth the extra bucks, but it's not going to happen in my world. Never going to happen. And I pray for a crash. I really do. To weed out the fakes and to weed out the hoarders and to weed out the people trying to make this industry a lot more expensive than it really is. And I hate to even use the word industry. It's a hobby. It's just aggravates me that I'm at a loss for words now. Yeah, I'm sorry. Just stop it. Stop it. Help each other out. Quit hoarding. If you're not really into this, get out of it. Shit, give it all to me. I'll take it. I'm broke. But those are my thoughts. Let's see. What else do I have in this bullet point thing that I haven't even, discussed yet? Hoarders, ignorance. Ignorance is another thing. Oh, my God. Go on Craigslist and Ataris for $100 because they're old. I got lamps. Over here. They're 50 years old. They don't work, but still you want $500 because it's old. Doesn't work that way. And, yeah, I pray for a crash. I really do. So, with that, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. And I'm going to thank you for putting up with this half-assed video. I just knocked over my stand. If you sat through this whole thing and you agree with anything I'm saying, let me know. Let me know. If you disagree, by all means, go ahead and let me know. And if I've offended any of you, I'm sorry, but that's just how I feel. I have a love for this, and I enjoy doing it. But like John has said, it's not fun anymore. It's not. And in my opinion, it's for the reasons I just mentioned. So, guys, thanks again, as always, for coming by. Gamer Geek Nation. Atari Creep. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram now. Yeah, I know. I went there. But thank you so much for putting up with this, watching it. Check out my other videos if you haven't yet. A lot better stuff there. And I got another video coming up pretty soon, semi-tech related. But yeah, until then, guys, please, feel free to give me the thumbs up or thumbs down. All feedback is positive. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe and let me know what you think. And this is the Atari Creep signing out, saying thank you and bye-bye.